Get them out of my sight. Tell them to go back to the hats. Everyone. You too, Gottfried. Did you not hear me? I said, you too, Gottfried.
We can do it better.
I'm sending a telegram to Berlin. Mission impossible. Stop. Awaiting new orders.
We can do it. We just need time.
I'm disappointed, Gottfried. Very disappointed. Your people don't assimilate what they're told. It must be one of two things. Either I don't make myself clear, or my translator isn't doing his job. Do I not make myself clear? Because we're not making any progress. That lunch was awful. Those women were holding their spoons like they were dead rats. And the spinning top scene, how many different boys have we tried it with? And your monologue, the clock monologue, Gottfried, your clock monologue. The girl with the dark hair still doesn't know what she's doing. What is she, a girl having a row with her boyfriend? A young lonely young woman looking for company? A whore arguing with her pimp? What's her objective in the scene?
I thought you would do it well. And she will. She worked in a theatre in Warsaw for 2 years.
She's a professional actress. Why didn't you tell me? You should have told me, Gottfried. The fat boy, he's terrible. He doesn't know how to articulate himself. At least you can understand the other one, not that he's convincing.
It's not the way boys talk.
It's not the way boys talk. What do you mean?
There are things they say. You were walking like somebody with something to hide. A youngster doesn't talk like that. People don't talk like that. People don't say, I was working for us, for me, for you, for everything we've dreamed about. Not in real life.
You always defend it. You find some excuse for every last one of them. Remember, you're my translator, not a barrack room lawyer. Of course you don't speak like that in real life. Of course you don't. That's your problem, Gottfried. That's why you can't do a monologue. You're looking for life in the words, but life isn't in the words. It's in the gestures you make when you say them. Let's have a look at your monologue. Watch me. I almost forgot. The balloon seller. He's terrible. He goes left when he should go right. The man can't tell left or right.
The man doesn't sleep. The man gets up every few minutes during the night to make sure the hat's locked. He gets up, makes sure everything's locked and goes back to bed. And he does it again and again and again. Every night. He never sleeps.
He gets up to make sure the hat's locked. That's ironic, isn't it? There's no doubt about it, Gottfried. Your people have an enviable sense of humour. Get me you balloon seller. What do you can tell left and right at least?
Tadeusz will be able to do it. He's an intelligent man. He taught history at university.
The balloon seller taught history. What sort of history was it if he can't tell left from right? Well, give him something in the infirmary to make him see. Now, the monologue. This is your big moment, Gottfried. You can't just throw it away. You don't know what to do with your hands, anyone can see that. If you need a prop, get one. A book, a stick, or a walking stick. That's it. A walking stick. You need a stick to walk. It'll solve a multitude of sins. Nobody notices the colour of a cripple's eyes. Very good. But the key thing is to find a link between gestures and words. Don't tell me nobody talks like that in real life, Gottfried. I know. But I also know that you can find real gestures to go with the words. I've been reading your file. You have a wife, a daughter, a life. You have a previous life, Gottfried. Use it. It was built about 1502 by Master Peter Heinemann of Nuremberg, the celebrated builder of mechanical figures. You're not giving some kind of oral examination at school. You're talking about your own town clock. You're proud of it. Very proud. What's your It was built about 1502 by Master Peter Heinemann of Nuremberg. Think about how Antony describes Caesar's mantle. Julius Caesar, Act 3, Scene 2. Did you read it? I asked you to read it. If you have tears, prepare to shed them now. You all know this mantle. I remember the first time
I
ever.
keep hearing trains. We all hear them. None of us sleep because we're waiting for the noise of the train. Standing at a sitting all night, waiting for the train.
You're tired. Is that what you're trying to tell me? You won't work well because you're all asleep.
There are other people who don't even want to leave the hut.
Don't want to leave the huts. Why?
They don't understand. They don't know what we're doing here.
What you're doing here. How many times do I have to tell you, Godfrey? This is a model experiment. You've been given special status. Berlin has chosen you.
They don't see the sense to this.
They don't see the sense. So they need sense. But that won't be your fault, Godfrey. They don't see the sense. You're their translator. You know what you say to them and how you say it.
I don't know what to say to them anymore.
I can't help you there. Your people are a mystery to me. You understand the psychology of your people. That's why you came to our attention in the first place. They listen to you. They trust what you say. Listen to me, Godfrey, and try to understand. A few weeks ago, when you and your people were on the way here, I received a telegram, a message from Berlin, just in time, barely minutes before your train arrived at the station. Believe me when I say that if that message had not arrived exactly when it did, we would not be having this conversation. Do I make myself clear?
The people need to know what to expect.
What to expect? They need to know what to expect. We'd all like to know that. Life is uncertainty. Who can sleep easy these days? Now, maybe the trains don't let them sleep. But as long as they're here, there's one thing they know for certain. As long as they're here, they're not on that train.
They're wondering what will happen in the well.
Focus on one thought, Gottfried. I'm not on that train. As long as I'm here, I'm not on that train. Focus on that thought. Go back to the huts and tell your people what they need to hear. You're their translator. If they need sense, give them sense. Talk to them. And as you choose your words, remember, as long as we're here, we're not on that train. Something's not right. I don't know what it is, but it's not right.
It's like
It's like what? Gershon, go on.
as though the scene repeats itself, and the girl suddenly changes without you knowing why.
That's right. Good, Gershon. The scene's flat, especially as far as she's concerned. We'll introduce a few changes.
What is the difference between silence and pause?
It's that rhythm. Where it says silence, count to 5. Where it says pause, count to 3. Another thing. I want the little girl to sing. It'll be a strong finish as we walk through the woods, just as we get to the station. Do you think you can get her to sing?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, if not, there are plenty of other children. I'm very concerned about them. Yes, I am too. The children. I've been informed you take them down to the school every evening.
It's only in our free time, once we finish.
Yes, I know. It's in your free time, I know. That's not what worries me. You take them down to the school. They sit at the desks and write down what you have on the blackboard.
We teach them
What do you teach them?
math, language, history.
Maths, language, history. This is most irregular. This is not why Berlin chose you. You have my permission to carry on taking them to school. It's irregular, but it may continue. History or whatever you like. Take it as a gesture of goodwill, of gratitude, Gretchen. Things are coming together at last, and I can see you're handling it. I know you finally managed to find the right words. So, now we begin the most important phase of our project. As of tomorrow, some of my men will walk about your camp and study clothes. But people need to get used to such visitors. Full access. They can go anywhere, Godfrey. They can ask anything. Good, good, good. Much better, Gretchen. Much better. The girl on the bench has finally found the right tone. And I think you've eventually got the right voice for the spinning top. A good duo. And your monologue's coming along well too. Still about 15 or 2 miles, so feed your hand in here. Very nice. The only thing that's still worrying me is the scene in the square.
The scene in the square. People are doing their best.
I know they are. They're doing everything they can. It's not a question of effort, nor of understanding. They know what it is they're doing. But it still lacks shape. I was thinking it over. Why is that scene not coming together, even though it's gone over so many times?
Maybe they'd be better if they knew who is the man who come.
That's not it. It's something else. It's impossible to draw so many threads together. The children on the swing, the old people coming out of the synagogue, the man selling balloons. Remember what we said about Aristotle? If a knot is too complicated, the eye dismisses it. If a melody is too complex, the ear shuts it out. That's why that scene's not working.
I wouldn't say it's not working.
There are too many people.
But you can't blame them if
I'm not blaming them. Who said anything about blaming? There are too many people. I said it from the start.
How many?
I got some calculations. 100 will be the ideal number. 100 is perfect.
Well, what about the others? The ones who aren't in the scene anymore?
The ones left over, very well, Godfrey, you must admit there's no space for them in our project. We can't have them wandering about the place like ghosts, and you wouldn't want them dressing up as German soldiers. The best thing is to take them to the infirmary. Yes, that's the best solution. Cut them down to 100, Godfrey. Keep the proportions the same. Men, women, old people, children. And try and get them to smile down there. Your people seem to find it so hard to smile.